This is Spinnaker3 here with another amazing Mojo showcase, and today I thought, in honor of April Fools, let's take on the hardest champion in-game, and that's Groot. So I want you to notice, Groot has 1.5 million health points, and I'm starting off at around 20% health. So I just wanted you to see how this goes. I actually did this fight once before, but Mystic Dispersion was just way too much. So I just quickly restarted the fight, died so I could then change my mastery setup, and then turned off Mystic Dispersion to around 3 out of 5 instead. Because with 4 out of 5, it was just way too much. You notice I've also placed a White Magneto pre-fight. That's just to get around Groot's smaller stun duration in addition to Limber. And I just don't want to have to deal with any of that. So you notice I'm just trying to complete my prompts because I'm not starting off with many prompts completed. I used Aegon to get to this point in Labyrinth, so I didn't have to use too many revives. But you can already see why Mojo is such a good option for this fight. Every time I crit, I give Groot a Gentle Giant charge. I think it's called a Pacifism charge. And when they all expire, it turns into a load of buffs. All of those buffs get converted into degenerations, and all of those buffs give me a lot of power. So you notice I'm already in my Big Fury phase, and I can start stacking the degenerations. Look right here. All of those buffs shot me right back up to a special 2, and I'm launching a second special 2. Like, the amount of degenerations that get stacked on Groot in this fight are absurd. So right now, I need to just stun Groot, which isn't too bad because I don't have to worry about Limber. I can hit into Groot a bunch. I don't want to really push him to a special 2 that much. I'd rather bait out his special 1, just because his special 2 doesn't have as easy of a Q to dodge. And I'm trying to see how much health I can heal up in this fight. So my goal is to not get hit, because even if Groot hits me, let's face it, it's Groot. It's not going to do that much damage to me. But this is more for a video showcase, how much health can I heal back up from 20% with all the buffs to take advantage of in this matchup. So right here, I thought I was at a special 2. Turns out I wasn't, but I literally threw that special 1 and got pushed right up to a special 2 by the end of it. So there's just so much power going around in this fight, and Groot's health is just dropping so slowly. The amount of damage per second that Mojo is able to get down just because Groot is constantly triggering buffs, it is maddening, okay? Like, it's barely a lot of time has passed, and Mojo's already about 40% through. And the regeneration is just keeping me so topped up. I mean, this is what I say when I say that, like, people give Mojo's block proficiency a little too little credit, because in a normal matchup with this much power being cycled, I hardly ever need to block, because then I can just special intercept, or I can just evade and play Mojo a bit more passively. And the regeneration keeps me topped up. Like, it's based on missing health, so you'd think it wouldn't be too much, but it is so substantial. Here, there's just so much power going around that I get pushed to a special 3. Special 3 has a lot of hits on it, so it does inflate the hit counter. But even so, it still puts an extra 5 degenerations on Groot. And this is just an absolute treat of a fight. Like, every single buff is just so nice when it just expires. Here I get hold of blocks, so I have to take a bit of a block damage, which is unfortunate, but I mean, you see how much health I have. I'm basically at 50% and still rising, which means I've already healed 30%. And that's from not really doing too much. That's from taking Groot down. So it's not like I had to alter my playstyle too much. So I think Mojo's regeneration is really underlooked and underrated. I think it is just such a nice thing that adds to his kit. And it doesn't matter that he has a low block proficiency. Right there, I hit a light intercept, got into a special 2 loop, almost pushed him to a special 2, but luckily didn't. So now I'm just waiting for him to throw a special 1 so that I can get the punish the special attack prompt to be completed. But Groot goes completely passive, and he throws it at the last second. So luckily I'm able to complete it, which is nice. And right here, once again, all his buffs are going to expire, give me a lot of power. I get the special 2 off in time, and I'm already at another special 2 while I'm throwing the special 2. It is just insane how much power I get to cycle through in this fight. And that's why, let's face it, Mojo, you're probably not going to bring him into the Labyrinth, right? He doesn't work that great for too many fights, but this is just an example of, with a super stacked health pool with a lot of buffs, what can Mojo do? This is Mojo at his prime. This is Mojo in his final form. And it is just so fun to watch. Like, I've just been talking over this fight, hasn't been too long, and Mojo is just cleaning through this fight. And that's another thing I like about Mojo is that it's never boring to play with Mojo. Like I've used Aegon in the Labyrinth. It's boring. It's just finish your combo, throw a special two, and rinse and repeat. But with Mojo, the prompts keep you on your toes and they really make it a lot more fun. Here, there's so many degenerations on Groot and he drops. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe and leave me a comment on what you want to see Mojo do next, and I will definitely oblige. Catch you later.